Hello, hello. We're back. Back with crocheting. I thought about doing art, but I didn't feel like drawing for stream. Like, I was drawing before stream, but I didn't feel like drawing during stream, like on stream today. But, oh well. So, I decided I was gonna do some crocheting. Since Ty is currently still streaming, he won't be here for a little bit. I would hope and assume that he would be here later, but we'll see. It's likely that once he's done, he'll probably raid us. So, like, beware. But, regardless. Crochet day. I'm slacking a little bit on my squares for the mood blanket. Like, I still haven't even done the one from last week. Like, I have it literally half done, and I still need to do the other half of it, and then I need to do this week's now, so, like, I gotta get working on that. But I didn't feel like working on those right now. I wanted to work on a different project that I started, because of course I started another project. But yeah, so for quite a while now, I've been wanting to make, a sweater vest. Just because I thought it would be fun. I like having wearable items and, like, I don't want to just do the hexagon cardigans that I do, or the scarves, or the gloves, or the hats. I want to do something different. So I decided a sweater vest, because why not? Plus, I'd rather spend the time working on my skills and making a sweater vest of my own than buying one from the store when I don't even know if I'm gonna actually end up liking wearing them. If I don't like it, I'll find someone that'll probably want it. I have plenty of people that might want it. But I feel it should be fine. It was also, I was watching YouTube, and, like, a video popped up of this type of the sweater vest very similar to this that I'm doing. And I really liked it, so I was using that for inspiration a little bit. But regardless, we have our, of course, you know, we're gonna have red, and then of course black, and so what better to go with that is just gray and white to even it out. So we have kind of a gradient. These are the different patterns of squares currently that I'm going to be doing for this. So all the main patterns, and I'm going to make, like, I have a lot of them started for at least half of these, but, like, make 3 of each pattern, and then an extra one of them, which I chose one of my favorites to do that, so that we have enough squares. And then I'm gonna also have to eventually make, like, half granny squares, technically triangles, you know, because of the way that I want this to be, the way I want this, vest to be, which, if I grab my notebook, where's the page? Too much stuff. Maybe like that kind of pattern. They're gonna be asking for. Hi, welcome in. But yeah, instead of having the granny squares be, like, straight against each other and, like, this way, we're gonna have them by the corners, so it's gonna be diagonal instead of straight. For right now, the squares that I'm working on are the ones that match these 4 patterns. I'm working on the first half of the squares. I'm doing pretty well. A little tired. Didn't sleep the best last night, but, like, oh well, happens. But all in all, doing pretty well. How are you? So we got that pattern that I'm working on, and then that one, and that one, and currently working on the next row of these ones. Oh, fun. I've been meaning to get into D&D. I've played a little bit, but my brain just doesn't like to comprehend how things work, so I end up having to get taught all over again every time I play, which is really frustrating. And at least for me, I imagine it'd probably be frustrating for the DM as well. But also, one of my friends that plans to help me with that is more into Pathfinder, which is, you know, fine. That also works. Tabletop RPGs in general is what I'm interested in, so, like, it's fine. Let me move these aside so that I have the space to work. Fun. So I need gray. Get my phone out of the way. Yeah. Also, instead of doing the usual granny square like I was doing for my blanket, I'm doing solid granny squares because I liked the way they looked better for the vest. At least for this, doing this kind of granny square, I don't necessarily have to worry as much about sewing in the ends or weaving in the ends because I can just work over them. If my yarn would like not get caught immediately, that would be nice. Yay, lovely. Great start. It is so warm in my room right now. I might be suffering a little bit today. It might be a short stream. We'll see. I'll work for a little while, see how it goes. I'll try at least an hour, hour and a half. But it's very, very warm, and I am not good with the heat. But, well, I say it's very warm. It's probably technically not that warm. It's just, again, not used to the heat. It's usually pretty chilly most of the year around here, so, like, yeesh. During the summer when it starts getting hot, it gets hot. That was meant to be like emphasis on the word hot, but I didn't actually put emphasis on the word hot like I meant to. When it gets hot, it gets hot. Why does yarn have to do this? Like, this could have been nice and easy, but now you had to get tangled. Thankfully, I'm pretty decent at getting tangles of yarn out. Even for, like, fluffy yarn for the most part, surprisingly enough. It's usually hell, and most people don't even bother actually trying once they notice a knot in that. Normally, from what I've heard, a lot of people that deal with fluffy yarn, if there's a hole in it, or a hole. If there's a hole in the yarn, yeah, that makes sense. If there's a knot in the fluffy yarn, normally from what I've seen and heard, they kind of just say screw it and cut the yarn and cut the knot out because it's so difficult. But I am stubborn and don't want to do that, so I usually just fight the knot until it comes out. Can this please cooperate? Sometimes it feels like I have more trouble with normal yarns than I do with fluffy yarn, which is weird, but It is what it is. Oh yeah. Asking for a friend. If you're still in here and still listening, just whatever. I keep meaning to ask this when people come in, but if you're still here, how'd you find me? How did you find my channel? Was it from Discovery page or a server I might have promoted? That one is possible. I don't know. I promote a lot of servers, a lot of which are friend servers. But I'm curious. Like to know how people are finding me. Hello, hi. Hope you're having a good day. Nice to see you stop by. One second. What am I doing? I just adjust the camera. That row is done for all of those squares. So normally, as I have been going about this project, I had been going and like doing the first 2 rows of this one, and then the first 2 rows of the next color layout, and then the first of the next ones, and so on and so forth, and then I'd continue that and do the next row, the same row for each one. But I feel like at this point I might as well just get those last 2 rows in. So I'm gonna finish, do the 2 next rows for all of these, and then I'll move on to the next color pattern. So, next color is white. Can you stop fighting me, yarn? That'd be very much appreciated. So it doesn't mind them. I'm on the right side. It's just being a pain. No, I don't want. I don't want to come through right now. Alright, it's fine. No cat. Not right now, at least. He might change his mind though. Tick, 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 tick. Fine. It's gonna be me and ignore me. It'd be so nice if one day someone in our apartment building didn't decide to slam the door every time they left or decide to make a ton of noise. Some of it I cannot fault because there's someone moving in across the way finally, but like downstairs they're constantly making noise. It's open. Okay, right. It's windy. It's okay. Ugh, you brat. God. Okay. It's so warm in here. Jesus Christ. It makes me a little sleepy. I sleep very warm. Like when I'm passed out, my body temperature is pretty high. I sleep hot. So like if I get really warm, I start getting kind of tired because I think my body just kind of is like, oh, you're very warm. Like when you're supposed to be asleep, you must need to sleep. It was so warm last night. I literally slept with only like a light sheet over me, and even that was almost too much. Had my fan on, my window was open to try and get some kind of breeze through. We had the air conditioner on in the living room. The sheet was like only like draped over my torso for the most part. I was in shorts, and I thank God I was still suffering from the heat. But I fell asleep a little bit easier. I genuinely don't know how in the past, during the summers and stuff, during my edgy emo teenage time, that I was able to live and survive during the summer in... Well, I still wear jeans out during the heat because I don't like going out in shorts, but like I had jeans, I had a thing with thigh highs, not thigh, like knee-high socks that I'd always wear underneath my jeans and stuff, and then I'd have my hoodie, sometimes my flannel under said hoodie, a beanie, like knit fabric, like fingerless gloves, and I'd wear that constantly, even during the summer. My dad and my mom both said, my parents thought, everybody thought I was insane, but you know, I powered through it. I know for a fact it was not entirely that like the heat didn't bother me like I always tell people. That was a lie. I was suffering a little bit at least, but I was still mostly used to it, so it didn't bother. I think it was also though that time was after we moved back from California, so I was a little bit more used to like the heat. Not to that point, like Jesus. But I was an emo teenager and I wanted to dress in all like long sleeve hoodie and all that stuff, so. It was my favorite hoodie too. It was a red hoodie that I wore constantly. I think I still have it, kind of, but it's gone through some changes that I've made. It had thumb holes in the sleeves that I made. Yay, suddenly I can't stop yawning. But, Yeah, even though I was wearing like this fingerless clothes, I still had the thumb hole, so I still had the sleeves pulled up to here and over my thumb. Of course I did. The thing is, I still haven't dressed mostly like that. My sense of style hasn't necessarily changed too much. I feel like it's just been fixed up, I'd say. I don't wear hoodies as often. Like, only occasionally, and only if it's especially cold. Or if I'm lazy and I don't want to bother grabbing anything else. Gotta take a little bit of pride in your appearance. I need to pull out more of my short sleeve button-up shirts since it's getting so warm now. I have yet to pull those out of my closet. The only reason this one is out is because we bought it new. Not that long ago. So it was already out. Okay, we have hit an hour. We'll go another half hour, see how I feel, and if I end up being if I end up being too tired, which I might, I'll probably call it there. Hopefully Sunday he doesn't, okay. Hopefully he doesn't read me first. He might. I kind of want to read him though, so I'm tempted to just end now so I don't risk it, but also then it's either I read him now and there's a chance that he's just now ending, he was about to read me, or I wait and then he reads me and then we still continue for like another half hour. Is it still going? Thank you. Ew. My elbow pressed up against the edge of the table for too long. Okay, we should be fine. Gotta love working with black yarn and not being able to see anything. I would turn this lamp on I have up here, but I doubt it's gonna make much of a difference. It's just how black yarn is. I can never remember which way you're supposed to turn it. I can see a little bit better. Oh my lord. How much stuff do I just have? have a lot of random stuff. I have a leaf from when I made that flower crown. I just never put it back in the box after I realized I left it out to begin with. So it's just gonna be here forever as a memory. Or until the next time I make flower crowns. We'll see. No. Maybe it's about time I replaced the light bulbs in my light. My overhead light in my room. I don't remember how long it's been. I think it's been a couple years since I switched those out. My mom just switched out hers in her room not that long ago. And my god, the difference is insane. I remember how last time I switched mine out, it was because one of them went out. It died on me. But the thing is, when I put in new ones and I turned the light on, it was like, felt like it was 5 times as bright. It was crazy to see just the difference, and I didn't realize just how dim my lights had gotten. But then again, I think I also lived with only one of them on for a while. I don't remember. I think it might have been actually that one of them had been out for a while. I just didn't bother changing them, and then at some point it's like, oh, it's dark in here. I should probably change these, and so I put them both in. Put brand new ones for both of them. My god, the difference was weird. That took a while to get used to. I love when the yarn just slips off the hook when I'm trying to work. It's so nice, so appreciated. I am working on granny squares that will be a part of a sweater vest. Hi, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. One of many projects that I've had on my list for a while. No, not for anything in particular. It's just something that I've had in my mind for a couple years now, I think, that I've wanted to do as like something different. I mostly, a lot of the stuff that I did have been doing when it comes to crocheting is just scarves and hats and gloves, and then a couple of cardigans that I've made. And I was like, I want to do something different. And well, bags are also part of that list. I make a lot of bags, but want to do something different, and I wanted to see if I would like a sweater vest, and if I don't end up liking a sweater vest, then I can always give it to someone, like give it to a friend. But I wanted to at least make one. I preferred, personally, to like make one for myself instead of going and buying one. And if I don't end up liking it, and I don't figure out someone who might want it, I could always just take it apart and reconfigure the pieces and make it into like a small blanket or something. Like make a couple more squares, make a couple pieces fit into where it needs to be, make a blanket out of it. There's always the ability to just undo things and make it into something new. Oh, absolutely. Totally get that. I actually just, in the opposite way, I just finished and made a blanket for my mother for her birthday, like a week or so ago. My mom isn't necessarily into crochet. I think she's mentioned that she has knowledge on how to do it, but it was more so my grandma that had been the one to crochet. Unfortunately, I never got the chance to meet her, but I also managed to find and get into crochet myself anyways. It was funny. The first time I mentioned being interested in learning how to crochet, my mom and I then went and proceeded to dig through a tub of old stuff until we found my grandma's old crochet hooks, because she had a set. My grandma did a lot of like really tiny, like miniature, very thin like thread crocheting and stuff instead of like with the yarn, a big chunky yarn. So they were very, very tiny crochet hooks. Not quite what I needed, but it's definitely interesting to learn that my grandma had also been into crocheting. I think crafts of this kind, like yarn type crafts and things, might just very lightly and vaguely run through the family, because I know my niece, my sister's kid, also is into crocheting. like, a little bit about me. My family, my mom is older. She's just turned 68. She had me when she was in her 40s. My sister's in her 40s. My niece that is also into crocheting is actually like less than a year older than me. I need to fix that part. But yeah, so there was one time when she came out from New York, because she lived in New York for a while. My niece currently lives in New York. But when my sister and all of them lived in New York together, my niece had came out to visit for a little while, and we spent a good portion of that hanging out and crocheting together, so it's very nice. But also, before we get too carried away, Serenity, out of curiosity, if you don't mind me asking, how did you find me? How did you find my channel? I'd like to try and start asking people that when they come in, because I'm curious on whether it's just my channel on like the discovery page, not the discovery page, in like the makers and crafting category, or if it's a server I might have promoted. I get that. It's always fun going through and finding streamers that have interests that you might want to watch, or similar interests and such. I go through occasionally. I like having other people that do crocheting and knitting and stuff as background, kind of to help to body double, to help make me feel like I'm being held accountable in a way. One thing I've noticed though, doing that, I notice a lot of people that do crocheting and or knitting don't tend to tag their streams as such, which is like not a big deal. A lot of people I think forget that tagging is a thing when they like tags are a thing on Twitch. But like I usually try to search for crocheting or knitting or fiber arts or yarn crafts in the tags in the makers and crafters category, to try and find people that are knitting or crocheting, and nothing comes up. So I've tried getting into the habit of putting those tags on my stream in hopes of it helping people that might be looking for this kind of thing. Yeah, I've had a couple of pairs like this. The other ones I have, they didn't work very well. They weren't the most best quality. I actually got these ones really cheap, but they ended up actually being really decent quality. Very sharp. Even for how cheap they were, I was very surprised. But yeah, they're some of my favorite types of scissors to use for this. They also are nice for my hands, because I don't like using the scissors with... Yeah, they're scissors, or I guess technically you could also call them shears. It doesn't really... For these ones, it doesn't... I don't think it matters either way. I also have... where are my other ones? My other scissors that I have that I used for a long time, which don't necessarily look like scissors at first. But these were also a pair that I used to use all the time. I need to like wash them. I used them for something that had like adhesive on it. And now they're all sticky. And I haven't bothered washing them yet, but it's also having small scissors like that is so much more handy and easy when you're snipping just small pieces of yarn in comparison to like a big full-size pair of scissors. Take, are you gonna come and say hi, or are you just gonna sit there and be a butt? My cat is on the floor behind me, and oh yeah, these would definitely be handy for that, because like it's not like you have to worry specifically about what hand is. You see him? Both my cats are just sprawled out on the floor behind me. I think it's just too warm for them, but they also still want to be, like, in my presence right now. Which, you know, would be a lot nicer probably out in the living room where the air conditioner is, or even in the kitchen on the nice cold wood floor. But, oh well. That's probably part of why one of them doesn't want to come and say hi, is because it's too warm. Let's take it. Oh, okay. Ah, thread cutters. Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely more so targeted towards small little things that you just need to snip, rather than proper cutting scissors. But hey, technically, if you're willing, you could use them for whatever. Mine are definitely, I know, sharp enough to probably cut through most things, but I wouldn't want to use them on anything else just because that could dull the blades. The only issue I have with them that I've noticed with this pair at least is if they get for some reason pulled apart too far, for any reason, if for some reason they get pulled apart, sometimes the blades will switch on the sides that they're supposed to be on, and then they'll just kind of slide against each other in a way that so like they don't end up cutting if they do that, so I gotta sometimes fix them if I notice them getting moved out of place on accident. But that doesn't happen very often. Just if I grab them weird and they get separated. There we go. Okay. The sensitivity on my PNG chip was a little bit too sensitive. Still a little sensitive, but that's fine. Oh. And there's that final one of that batch of squares. Now, let's see. Let's start with white. So, just to keep up with my mental pattern that I've decided to go, let's go with the one that starts with gray. My brain likes to try and work in patterns a lot when it comes to my organization. So like, I started with the squares that started with white yarn, and then I'm going to do the ones that start with gray yarn, and the next one is the one that starts with the black yarn, and then the only other one there is the one that starts with the red yarn. Because for some reason, my brain has to do that. Oh well. Let's move these ones to the side. This one would be black and then red. Okay. I appreciate that. Glad to hear. I I do different crafts and like arts type streams every Sunday. So like if you want to come back specifically. Lord, that was loud. That's fine. That was louder than I was expecting it to be. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. If you want to come back again in the future for specifically art or craft stuff, Sundays are the days that I would recommend. On Fridays, I do gaming streams. So play whatever game I end up feeling like with a friend of mine. Currently, we're playing BioShock Infinite, like buddy playing. But yes, we'll probably be done by next Friday. Probably gonna finish it next stream, so yeah. But yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You have a great night as well. Look forward to seeing you around. I think also, though, for those that are also still hanging out, since I said I was gonna go for another half hour, half hour and then see how it's feeling. And it's a little over that. We're almost to 40 minutes instead of 30. Probably finish this square, like do the next row, like the red of this one, and then probably call it for the day. I think Ty is still streaming, so it's very likely that we're gonna be waiting him. Let me also check that. Well, if I turn up my phone, you're gonna be able to hear it through my mic because apparently it's that sensitive. So we'll see. We might be able to make it. Maybe I'll call it at the end of this row and then I'll finish it later. Just to be safe. Cause gotta speed up. Come on. Gotta raid him before he raids us. He's not on his ending screen, I don't think, so like, unless he just hasn't switched over to it for ending screen. On a break. Oh, perfect, that works too. That makes it so I know that we have time. Unless he's using it as a long term. I think it's just a break movie. I think he is just on a break right now. So hopefully we'll be able to just raid over. Or I might find someone else to raid, depending, considering I feel like it'd be a bit jarring to go from chill casual crocheting to Halo. Since he's playing Halo, but we'll see. Is there anybody else that I follow that's would be good? They're playing Fallout. They're on Minecraft, which isn't that big a difference. We could also just raid animal streams. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But that does give me the time to be able to at least finish the other row of this square. Okay. Now I'm so anxious though, because it could just be... Does he have an ending scene? I think he has an ending scene. My brain is bullying me a little bit. That's fine. Most of the time I'm doing my own streams while he's streaming, such as in Bioshock, or I'm doing other stuff while I have his stream up as a mod. Like drawing, like if I'm drawing or something. So I don't pay much mind to when his streams end, if he has an ending screen or if he just uses his break one. Oh well. Anyways, sidetrack aside, that made no sense. But Lord brain, can you work for 1 second? I should be fine. I'll be fine. We're fine. I'm just a clumsy, awkward mess, man. I think by now, most people that might still be around and hang around and have been around since the beginning know how much of a strange, awkward mess I can be. But oh well. Yes, red, my favorite color. you think people can tell my favorite color is red? By the fact that currently the thing I'm crocheting has a decent amount of red in it, or I wore something specifically with red because red, or the fact that my PNG tuber is covered in red. Or that my text for the followers is in red, or the follower goal is in red. Or the couch over, where do I point? The couch over here in the background is red, or the rugs being mostly red, or so on. It's just that I realized. Okay, there we go. Why is that such a common thing that I never notice? See the bottom edge of my PNG tuber, and it bounces. And it always takes forever for me to notice, even though it should have been fixed a while ago. I feel like I would have noticed that by now. Oh well. Why is it so warm? It's like 70 really, but like come on. Finish the row. I didn't need 3 in that one. I needed 2. 2 chains, then 2 more stitches. Okay. There we go. And there we go. That square is done. And we can go away for today. Okay, so to recap, I finished that pile, and I finished another one square, so I got 4 done. I did have to go through and finish the rows on that one. Well, the other one, actually. Okay, so I still need to finish those. And finish these ones. And also these ones. And then I need to get started on the next half of the squares I need. And then I need to do the triangle pieces that will be along the edges to fill in the gaps between the squares. Okay, well, that's fine. I still got a decent amount of work to do, but I still got a decent amount of work done. So, I'm gonna grab my keyboard from my other desk. He's still on break, I think. Do I random during break? I guess I can random. I'll be trying. Oh, that's actually. Cool, they just got back from their break. That actually works out really well for me. So, switching over to the MC. And we're gonna do /rate and Titan. Okay, cool. So, I appreciate everybody that's come to hang out. I appreciate all the follows. All the follows, I say, is fun. I felt like today was a pretty good stream for me. Got a little bit of work done. Probably could have been more, but I'm tired and also hungry and need to go eat. But I appreciate everybody that came to hang out. I should be streaming again next week, unless something comes up, we'll see. But hopefully things will be fine. So, BioShock Infinite, probably finishing the game on Friday with Ty, and then maybe I'll work more on this, maybe I'll be doing drawing, or maybe I'll be working on a different project, but, you know, we're crafting art stuff on next Sunday. But yeah, appreciate you all. Hope you all have a good rest of your days, or nights, or whatever time of the day it is, and I'll see you guys later.